We are the Fort Valley Boys podcast, coming to you live on Facebook, YouTube, and the Fort Valley Boys channel. Of course, we are brought to you by Just For Me. If you got a gray in your beard, wear the CB4. Get you right. Just For Me. Find it in all your local stores. Brought to you by Sprite, the Black Folks Drink, Arizona Tea. Been $1 for 30 years. You can follow us on Facebook, Fort Valley Boys Podcast, YouTube, Fort Valley Boys Podcast, Crazy Straws. If you want a straw and you're crazy, get your crazy straw. Don't forget our shows on Sundays and Wednesdays. A programming note: we will not be on Sundays for the next couple Sundays because of the Super Bowl and possibly the conference championship games. If the Cowboys are in the conference championship game, Tony and Mike will not be on here. But the way it's looking right now, they'll be on here next Sunday. BuyNightShirt.com. Needing a paraphernalia from Panel 9 or your HBCU, BuyNightShirt.com. Dan Morano's new podcast, Chopping It Up, starts on February 21st at 12 p.m. Central Time. Check it out. And of course, Hennessy and Coke, the dog liquor. My cousin with me, Anatole, what's the deal, man?
Hey, man, just watching these Cowboys, just watching the Cowboys, man.
They got a chance, man.
Fight. They got to fight. They got a chance. They got a chance, but they got to fight. They got to make it.
If they hold to a field goal, they'll win. They'll drive. But Dak's on 2 bad picks, though, this game.
Bad picks. Yeah. Let me say this real quick. Somebody at my job, a librarian, he was drinking a drink on Thursday, Arizona tea. I asked him how much it cost. He said it was 99 cents.
Still $1. Told you I
got $1. Still $1. Mm-hmm. And the can, y'all can't see me, but can was huge, like 16 ounces.
Oh, yeah, about like a 40, a double 40.
Yeah.
Like a double 40. Yeah. You gotta get the right flavor though. If you don't get the right flavor, it ain't gonna be good. And then it gotta be cold. You can't drink that drink warm. You gotta drink it cold, and then in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm a little bougie. I ain't never drunk no Arizona tea.
When you got $5 and they gotta last you for 2 days, back on campus. Either no water or the can.
Water. I'm from the country. I'm in the country. We'll get some water.
Put sugar in it. Get some sugar water. Syrup sandwich. You're hungry, make your syrup sandwich. Don't eat them. I'm eating the house.
Syrup sandwich. It'll hold you, boy. It'll hold you.
It'll hold you and give you diabetes about 20 years. Sugar water. We ain't good for the Kool-Aid. Sugar water. Make believe it's red. Put some food color in there. So let's talk about the divisional playoff games. I want to start on Saturday. Kansas City pulled through with Patrick Mahomes. He has a high ankle sprain, and he's expected to play. It wasn't as bad as it was on Saturday, but I've never heard of high ankle sprain being not that bad. I've heard it's 6 to 8 weeks. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, he pushed through. He was hopping a lot. I'm gonna say this: he went inside, came back out to halftime. They say they retaped his ankle. That one tape, I think they shot my boy up, pain relief or whatever, and he pushed through. But my thing is, Fave, the high ankle sprain can really, really deter you. Like you said, 6 to 8 weeks. I'm a Georgia fan. Number one receiver had a high ankle sprain week 2. He came back like week 10 or 11. So high ankle sprains can be very, very tricky. Especially he uses his feet a lot, So I know the Bengals are licking their chops to get a pass rush on my homeboy.
Yeah, it's not looking real swift for them. Especially the way the Bengals played today on defense. They held them to 10 points. And can we go ahead and hold the brakes, pump the brakes, put on the brakes, pull the emergency brakes on some folks saying that Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, Josh Allen is a great talent, but the only person better than Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he is the man right now. Aaron Rodgers is he's the guy, But right now, if Atwater was here, Mahomes would be number 1 on his BS list. Has to be. He's different. But Josh Allen, good talent, but like I said earlier in the season, they cannot run the ball, they cannot stop the run. You can beat nobody like that. Nobody. I don't care who you are.
And one thing with Buffalo today, from what I was watching the game, you could have ran the ball today. You chose not to. Chose not to run the ball. Because Cincinnati show ran it with Joe Mixon had 20 carries, 108 yards. I mean, because Cincinnati ran on you, and a lot of folks say Von Miller's out. I don't think it would have mattered. And the Bengals had 3 offensive linemen out today. Leah Collins towards ACL a couple weeks ago. Yeah, the Kappa and Jonah Williams out, and they still won by 17. And you didn't take advantage of that.
I think they drafted Jonah Williams in the first round, if I'm not mistaken.
Alabama. Yep.
Yeah. And they sacked Joe Burrow one time.
Yeah, that's a lot of things they need to work on this year. For one, losing Brian Daboll was as you can see, that was a big loss.
Yeah.
Even though they averaged 20-something points, Josh Allen was turning the ball over a lot more. Because if you looked at Daniel Jones this year, he only had 5 interceptions on the whole season. And that's coaching. Let's coach him up. And he had Mike Kafka as the offensive coordinator, who was part of that Andy Reid tree also.
Did you see the report about Stephon Diggs? He left the locker room with his uniform on, pads on, everything. So he left for the coaches got in the locker room. They had the players bed him back into the locker room. He was gone like I'll get my stuff on Monday. He only had 4 catches. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen was all over the place today, and it just, I don't know, it should have been affected by the snow. You played at Wyoming, so that's a little bit colder than Buffalo to me. And you had those similar conditions. So, being the Bengals defense and Lou Amarillo, great defensive coordinator. I'm surprised he's not getting any looks as a head coach right now.
It's hard to break through. Yeah, it's hard.
So that was tough. And DeMar Hamlin, for anybody want to know, he was at the game. He's working out every day. He still had to receive oxygen and still take time on recovery. So that was, I don't know if that was, I'm not going to blame him being there as the reason why they lost. It might have been a distraction. They might have played too hard and nothing like that. But it's just Buffalo played bad. It is what it is.
And I'm going to say this. I mean, with Hamlin, I don't believe he started the season as a starting safety. So when he got hurt, they down to your third safety. And I want to say the third safety got hurt in the game, a little friendly fire in the end zone. So, I mean, not saying that that's the reason, but, with the NFL, you only have X amount of players. So the right guy get hurt or the wrong guy get hurt, it's going to mess you up with your depth. It's not like college football. You got 85 guys college football, but the NFL, I think it's 53.
53, so, and then you got 11 on the practice squad.
Yeah, so, I don't think most teams will take like a 7 offensive lineman to a team. I mean, to a game. So the wrong guy get hurt, man. You are, oh my God, Dak, you are messed up. Dak almost threw a pick 6.
Yeah, I'm behind. I think I'm behind by like maybe 20 seconds. I'm on YouTube TV, so
yeah.
Corey asked a great question. We'll get to that in just a minute. We got a couple topics we want to get to tonight. We're just going to try to go through the divisional playoffs. Nothing to talk about with the Eagles. They look good to me. No, nothing to talk about. 38-7.
No. Hey, but the Giants, they look better. They look better, over the season. Not last night. Over the season, they look better. They look better.
They need weapons. You got when you cut all your receivers and you don't have nobody. I mean, they weren't with your program. You got rid of Kadarius Toney, who's with the Chiefs. I bet y'all could wish he was with you right now.
Yeah.
I think Shepard. I think they still had Shepard. They had Galladay. Galladay, he's been in the doghouse all year. But I get it. You want your culture, but at the same time, you did it without those guys. So I give you a credit to Brian Daboll for coaching, but you really couldn't sign anybody because you was in Cap Hill from Gettleman. So,
do you bring Danny Dimes back for one more year?
You bring him back on a 3-year deal, maybe $90 million, 40 guaranteed. I'm sounding like Keyshawn now. Tell my boy, we go 17-28, 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. you'll win. Don't need to throw the ball 40 times. You know he was a Parcells disciple. You know he loved Parcells. And this comes from a guy that went to USC.
Yeah.
And them 17 catches, 10 of them better go to him.
He won all the targets.
He won all the targets. Just like Shannon Sharp won all the smoke. Oh, we need to talk about that.
Hey man, you saw that SIAC came out of
And that's what I'm talking about. Do you think he was in the wrong for all that going on?
So for what I heard, what Unc said, he told him that
you too little.
You too little. You can't hold LeBron. I mean, come on. I think Dylan Brooks acted a little light skinned and got mad. And most time, the people on the front row got a little more money than regular folks and know how to act. But Unc, he from the country.
Mm-hmm.
That boy went to Savannah State. I remember him at Savannah State because my sister was there at the same time he was there. So Unc was bigger than life. He'd be on camera with his shirt off with baby oil on his chest. He different. That boy country. He ain't having it. So he ready to fight the whole team. But if you notice though, he didn't really talk much trash to Steven Adams. He talked trash to everybody but Steven Adams. Steven Adams is a large man. So
I don't think it would have mattered. I think Shannon would have wanted all that smoke, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah. He would have, but like John Morant's dad, he didn't want to make up with him. He didn't want it. He didn't want it at all. Yeah, he didn't want to smoke. Yeah. No. But yeah, Shannon Unc showed out, man. Yeah, that boy from the country. Yeah, he from Glenville. That boy from the country, man. He don't care. He ready to fight everybody.
Oh yeah, he had to all life. He had to fight.
Yeah. He ain't want. They ain't want none. He didn't back down. He was ready to fight the whole entire team for LeBron's, for LeBron's honor.
And LeBron, I ride with Unc.
He ride with Unc. Yeah, Cowboys dead.
Well, right now, 49ers, if you're watching this, 49ers are the 2-minute warning from my end. If you're on regular cable, you're probably about a minute ahead of me, probably.
Yeah.
So,
from a commercial, yeah.
19 to 12. We'll talk about that on Wednesday. That'll be the first topic on Wednesday. But
a hot take.
I think that if the 49ers can't get another first down, I think the Cowboys, they'll probably go for 2 and win. I would. They're
gonna have to because that boy gonna make that kick. That boy got the yips.
Oh yeah, Mario, good friend of the show. A lot wrong with Shannon, the Memphis team, and Morant dad. Mario, you have to elaborate. What do you mean with you? Everybody? I mean, to me, Shannon was on the sideline. Oh, he said he's too small. And keep in mind now they're going halftime. So he wasn't run out of court to go on another play. He was going to the locker room. And Dylan Brooks made his way over there and said, F you. And then Shannon said, F you back.
Yeah.
Said, you come here. You can come over here. And he did. And Light Skin had to get all their friends. John Morant told them, everybody sit your A down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But,
you gotta know where Shannon from. He from the SIAC.
Which is part of in the same state as that SEC school.
Hey, Shannon from Savannah State. That's the man. Hood over there. Real over there. He wasn't having it. And he got money now too? No.
Oh, he got big money. Big bucks, no whammies.
Yeah, big bucks, no whammies. Yeah.
But yeah, and he said on the show, I think on Criminal Day on Undisputed, I only watched that when Stephen A. and all, because Stephen A. is a polarizing figure. Either you gonna love him or hate him. But I love and hate him.
That's your cousin.
They're my cousins on my mama's side.
On your mama's side.
Thrice removed.
Close kin.
And he said, like, why these jokers talking junk? They won one playoff series together. Ain't been to a conference final. Yeah, talking all this smoke. You said there's nothing to worry about in the West. I think it is. The Nuggets, you don't want none of the Nuggets because they're deep. You don't want another. The Warriors get their mind right. You don't want none of the Warriors
when they get ready to start playing. Yeah,
I don't think they want none of the Lakers if they play Lakers early. If Anthony Davis is back healthy,
is it AD or no AD?
Either one. Be honest with the way they played them. The way they play them this year, they play them 3 times this year. 2 of them gonna be in LA, so that's their first meeting this year, I think. So I don't
I
think
say this respectfully. I think Ja is amazing. I think Ja is Steve Francis back in my day reincarnated.
a little
Ja
skinny,
got to get
a little thinner. He's a little thinner.
yeah, but you know Steve Francis was the man, but Ja got to get that jumper. I mean, they give you the jumper, he not making it. I mean, he fourth quarter he was throwing up bricks. So I know y'all watching the show disrespectfully. I love Ja, but you gotta get that jumper a little bit better.
Yes, they say they remind him of AI, Westbrook, and Rondo. What does AI and Westbrook and Rondo have in common?
Broke jumper.
Broke jumpers. But he's a great talent. Don't get me wrong. He should start in the All-Star game. I'll start him and Steph in the backcourt. Luka will have to come off the bench because the fans voting. Of course, they have 50% of the vote. So
look at the TV fade.
Well, let me get Mario said it didn't have to blow it like that. Shannon took well Mario on that part. He wasn't on the court. Corey, if I go into Basketball Reference on AI shots, will you believe me then? Give me a second. Because this we just talking. So it says Allen Iverson. X. We'll wait for it to load. But Mario, as far as your comment, Shannon was right down the sideline. He did not take a step on the court. He was right down the sideline. Dylan Brooks made his way over there to him. All he said, well, you can't guard him. You too small. And he got mad. Yeah, well, LeBron didn't shoot well this game. Yeah, because you kept fresh bodies on him, which is what you got to do to keep off balance. But the way he was guarding him, he was doing little hip checks, some shoulder shimmies here and there. But they shut LeBron down. He was like 6 for 19, 6 for 18, something like that. But Shannon was on the sideline. Shannon did not go on the court. Shannon knew better to go on the court because they would have. I think they would have actually kicked him out, or
yeah,
if he would have did all that.
Probably banned him too.
But I understand what you're saying. I mean, and Morant Dad should have sat it behind down. He should. Yeah, Morant Dad always trying to be like I want that smoke. Like, dude, just sit down. Just sit down. You don't want none of that. You didn't want none of that 250. 6'4", 250. You didn't want none of that. You didn't want none of that black smoke. I'm at a minute 41. Where you at on it?
137.
137. So we're not that far behind there. So Cowboys got one timeout from what I see. Unless they just used it from your end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did just use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's probably third down. They used it last time out right here. Next 2 plays, they'll probably take about 120 seconds off the clock. That leaves 17 seconds. Unless they get
that boy good now. That boy good.
Unless they get a kickoff punt return for a touchdown. No 2 picks hurt them, especially the one that got tipped going to CeeDee Lamb, but they was on the cover 2. That's what killed them. You should have even threw that one to CeeDee. I know you're trying to force it in there, but you're running the cover 2 guy right there. He watching your eyes. He know you're going to CeeDee. He ran right in front of it. Then the guy that picked it off came and got the camera. Then the tip drill right there. That's a pass he shouldn't have thrown. But other than those 2 picks, Dallas played well considering.
Mm-hmm.
They played well. Both defenses played well. Dallas defense kept the 49ers somewhat in check. They gave us some big runs on that last drive before they scored a touchdown on McCaffrey. It did what it did. But we'll give you some more updates as we go along. I want to talk a little bit about the NBA because this on Sundays we're going to use our show to talk about the NBA and pop culture and that type of stuff. Right now, who is your MVP of the league right now? I know it's Giannis for the first 20 games, but he has been in and out of the lineup. Two of his games in the last 10, he scored in single digits. Just keep in mind, everybody say Giannis the best player right now. I just want to say somebody hasn't scored in single digits since 2006. So
My MVP right now today at 9:35 Eastern in South Georgia is my boy Luka. Luka the MVP. Luka leading the NBA in scoring. I want to say he's top 5 in assists, and he is made for TV. I'm not sure what his team record is, but Luka the man. I like Luka. But I heard somebody say, maybe it was this show, maybe it was a different show, how the Hawks feeling about, trading Trae Young. It wouldn't have worked with Luka in Atlanta. Luka needed to be where Luka's at, Trae needed to be where Trae at. It's culture fit, I don't think Luka would have fit with Atlanta's culture. So, but Luka the MVP right now today.
okay. Oh, my bad, Corey. I forgot to get to your question you asked about. I want to circle right back to the football real quick. We know Byron Leftwich got fired on Thursday, and another think some of the offensive staff. Let's also keep in mind that Todd Bowles has one winning season in 6 as a head coach. You don't count the interim time in Miami, 2-1. He has one winning season in 6 years. That was his first year with the Jets, and everything else is 4-12, 5-11, 5-11, 4-12, 3-13. Was that the right move? And if it was or was not the right move, what is Byron Leftwich's next move?
In the head. My bad, man. Dak just threw me off. Dak just, I don't know what Dak got going on, man. My bad, Corey. I think Byron Leftwich should go be Bethune-Cookman head coach next. That's what he should go do. Because they don't want Ed.
Not if they switching helmets. Offense switching helmets with the defense. Yeah, what is he doing? Like I said, I'm about 20 seconds behind. So
Did you see that? Did you see that? I'm sorry, Corey, man. I just saw Dak spinning the end zone and collided with a man. I don't know what Dak got going on, man. That's Spade's quarterback, though. That's Spade's quarterback.
Yeah, that's my quarterback.
Yeah, but yeah, Bowles had to fire somebody, and Leftwich was the man who had to go. I mean, but he should get a job. I mean, Leftwich should get a job. I mean, he was almost a Jaguars coach. I thought he was going to be a Jaguars head coach.
He wanted to bring a GM with him. That was the problem. He should have just took the job because these are only 32 of them, and you're black.
Mm-hmm.
You should have took the job. Not taking nothing away from Peterson. He had a great year. Turned the team around in the second half of the season. And they're going to do nothing but go up. And that's going to be some. I think they're going to be taking over the AFC South right now because Tennessee. I think Vrabel's on a hot seat. But if I'm Byron Leftwich, if I get a call from Brandon Staley to be my offensive coordinator, you run to LA fast, quick, fast, in a hurry. Because a lot of folks, what they didn't realize, Byron Leftwich was the offensive coordinator in 2019, Jameis Winston's last year. Threw for 5,000 yards. Had top 5 interceptions. You had a top 5 offense when you won the Super Bowl. You had a top 3 offense when you were one stupid behind casino blitz away from going back to the NFC Championship game. And you had a 45-year-old quarterback with no offensive line throwing the ball 700 times. That doesn't justify him getting fired. Todd Bowles probably didn't want him to staff because he felt like he was going to undermine him because he should have been granted an interview with the team. They didn't interview anybody. They just promoted Todd Bowles because that was Bruce Arians' wish. And that I get it. You can do that without interviewing any candidates. But this candidate had 4 losing seasons out of 5 as a head coach.
Jesus.
Hold on.
I have never. Oh, go ahead.
No, it was. I'm about 10 seconds behind. Let me watch for myself.
You go ahead.
Oh, they finna try a Hail Mary.
No, just keep watching.
One, two, out of bounds. Dude, really? You supposed to drag that toe. You didn't drag it.
He too nonchalant with it, man.
And no, while waiting for this this game to end, we can say that John Lynch has done a great job. Maybe out of
Did he
6
give up
years.
too much? Did he give up too much this year to make it this far? Gave up a
No,
lot.
remember all folks that got hired off their coaching tree that Rooney because of the Rooney rule, they got an extra second and third round pick. So they still have their own second and third round pick. Those picks they traded to get McCaffrey were bonus compensatory picks. Now to move up the third to Trey Lance. Now that was a mistake. If you're gonna move up the third, you take Justin Fields. You take Justin Fields. What, I said something crazy right now? Are you still looking at it?
Yeah, Justin. If you go back, I mean, to that draft, Justin Fields should have been the first or the second pick of the draft. I mean, everybody like Big Trev, but Justin Fields is a talent. He's a serious talent. He needs some help. But I would watch some mock drafts, and I still see them taking a defensive player first. Which I guess is the right thing. I mean, you can't. I would trade that pick, me personally. I would trade up out of there and get my boy Justin Fields some help fast. I mean, from what I seen, they was talking about drafting Jalen Carter first. I'm a Georgia fan. Hey, Jalen Carter, my guy. But is that what the Bears need? They need some offense.
Offensive line, first thing. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Trade. I think the Eagles have 2 first round picks this year. I want to say. But I don't know. Let me look at Corey. I'm gonna read off Allen Iverson's 3 field goal percentage from 96 on up, and tell me if something wrong with it. 41, 46, 41, 42, 42, 39, 41, 38, 47, 44, 41, 45, 45, 45, 41, 57, 41. A shooting guard should be at what, 48% in a total? On
I'm not gonna get in this, man.
8 threes, that was 2s. That was 2.
I ain't gonna get in there. People love AI, so I'm gonna be quiet right now. I'm not trying to go outside. I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm on my tires slashed because people love AI. That's they man. Can't say nothing negative about Allen Iverson, but that jumper was broke. That jumper was broke. If he was 6'6", he probably would have scored 40,000 points. But he wasn't. He was 6 foot.
Just saying. I mean, yeah, Mario said the Bears need a lot of help. Yeah, they do. They have $100 million in salary. They have $100 million in salary cap.
Man, look at his face. Yeah. Watch his face. I'm sorry, bro. Watch the TV. Watch the TV.
Hold on tight.
I'm sorry. This might be the worst thing I've seen. What Scott Van Pelt say, the best thing I saw today? This is the worst thing I saw today.
Third and 10, you got 6 seconds. Just get 10 yards and hope for the best on the next play.
You see the line? You see how the line lined up?
Well, what though? Unable to do some laterals. Yeah, they're gonna be the first story on Wednesday.
Man, he killed the old boy. We ain't gonna be no laterals tonight. We finna end this right now. Ain't no laterals, bitch.
No.
Let me go ahead and send you home.
We'll talk more about this game on Wednesday. We're gonna save that for the guys who was 2-2 the game to watch, to be on the air. But it was a good game. They played good. Dak wet the bed on this one. after giving all the kudos last week, he went back to Washington Commanders that. So the defense did everything they could do to keep 49ers under 28.
Pollard getting hurt. That hurt. Pollard getting injured really hurt the team.
Yeah, that looked like he had a broken ankle. They had his leg cut off. I couldn't tell what it was, either a broken ankle or a broken leg. They just had the whole lower left leg covered up in that bag. So I don't know what I didn't see the injury. I was flipping the channel because I was like, this is. Let me take a break right quick.
So you know what it probably was though. What I think it probably an ankle sprain, just like Mahomes got. You know.
Not with that black bag covered the whole leg though. When they do that,
he had a black bag. Oh yeah, he done broke something.
Also, they had a black bag on that leg.
Yeah, that's the air cash. Yeah, he done broke something. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me swiftly go back to the NBA. You said Doncic is your MVP.
Luka, the man.
I think Joker. I mean, his stats are better than the last 2 years. He has the best record in the West. And right now, Jason Tatum's going to be out for a few weeks with a wrist. So that's just me. I think Joker is the player of the year. If you're not going to give it to Joker, then I would say probably I would say Jason Tatum. Then Embiid is not getting any love right now, but of course we're just waiting for Embiid to miss 2 weeks within the rest of the next month. He'll miss 2-3 more weeks for some reason. So right about here, I think he's gonna miss a week or two somehow. I'm not hating. I usually predict these pretty accurately when somebody gets hurt. Now last year was an aberration with Chris Paul. He was healthy. He just played like trash in the series against the Mavericks. So,
are the Suns really 23 and 24?
They are.
Are they really 10th in it? Are we not talking about that? I mean, do they get a pass because they got CP3?
No.
And people love him too.
Yeah, and Booker. I mean, Booker. He's
Booker
in the finals. He's a star, but he ain't a superstar because he's not showing up when he needs to, especially like last year in Game 7 and in the whole series against the Bucks when they went to the finals. So
yeah, I'm looking at these standings. I'm like, man, like are the Suns really 23 and 24?
They're 23 and 24. I know CP3 and Chris Paul are out, so that doesn't help their cause either. And I don't see if Zion wouldn't have got hurt. I think Zion would have been a legitimate candidate for MVP.
How long was he out for?
I think 4 weeks with a hamstring. I want to say it was 4 weeks. The Joker's numbers are better than last year and the year before when he did win MVP. I mean, because they broke the mold as far as what the MVP should be doing, because Russell Westbrook won it for averaging a triple-double, and James Harden had better stats, way better stats, and should have won it that year. James Harden did win it the next year in 18. I forgot who won it in 18. But Giannis won in 18 and 19. No, 19 and 20. Won the MVP those 2 years. So, and Joker won the last 2 years. But NBA is gonna have a lot of it's gonna be compelling storylines. I think when AD comes back, I think that he's gonna fight to get him to that 6 seed, because they get to that 7, 8, 9, 10, they're not gonna make the playoffs, and they're gonna have to trade one or both of those picks, and you probably have to make you had the deal for Buddy Hield. You had the deal, but you didn't make the deal. You could have had him for Kuzma and Taylor Horton Tucker. For Buddy Hield.
They love, we talking about the Lakers, right? Those guys, those my guys, right? Got on Laker yellow tonight. They love THC. We thought THC was gonna be the next Michael Cooper.
No.
I don't know where he's at. I mean, I don't know what we're doing. I mean, I know we don't have do we have a draft pick this year? I don't think we have a draft pick. If it was up to me,
I think you do.
Do we have one? If it was up to me, I would tank for Victor Wembanyama.
You can't, because it goes to New Orleans. That's right. It goes to New Orleans this year.
It goes to New Orleans. So we don't even have a pick. Yeah.
No. So I wouldn't tank it all. Because we get Wembanyama, that opens up Valanciunas to get traded. So I would trade him. But if I'm New Orleans, and I know I'm getting no more pick in the lottery from the Lakers if they'll make the playoffs, I'm gonna trade that pick for somebody for like, it's gonna sound crazy, but maybe Klay Thompson.
Trade the first round pick if you can get Victor Wembanyama. If you get the number 1 pick, you gotta get Victor. When am I saying his name right, Fabian?
Wembanyama, yeah.
You seen this man? This man shooting like runners from the 3-point line.
He also 7'3". He's over 7'3", and you notice anybody over 7'1" have foot issues.
He French though. He eat a lot of croissants. Is that racist?
Eat a lot of croissants. Yeah, that's xenophobic.
That's racist.
That's xenophobic. Yeah.
Okay. We don't do that. I'm not racist. I'm black. But yeah, man, that's the Victor Wembanyama is the man. He's the next coming. Jesus Shuttleworth himself.
I just know 7'3" and foot issues. Chet Holmgren already out. Didn't he play one snap, one play in preseason? Didn't he make it to August? Didn't he make it to August before he was out for the year?
Yeah, he a little slim.
Yeah, so Wembanyama slimmer than him.
Hey man, Victor black though. He black. Chet ain't black. But we not racist on the show. We just talking facts.
So new bowl. Yao Ming was Asian. Foot injuries.
Zion Williams fat.
Yeah, that's true. He is fat. He need to lose about 20 pounds. If he lose 20 pounds, he's unstoppable.
Oh yeah.
If he lose about 15, 20 pounds, Jamal Hall, what it do? What up, though? But yeah, in the chat, tell us who Mario said that Joker is his MVP. Who's your MVP for the NBA right now, the midway point? I say Joker. Me and Mario said Joker. Anatol said Luka. Give us your pick because we're about to move on to our movie rewind. Wrong thing mid-year. I keep hitting the wrong button.
While we're waiting on that fade, I will say this. The Jaguars Chiefs game, the Jaguars showed a lot of fight. I'm gonna say that. I meant to say that earlier. I'll say this every week. I love to see teams who fight. Jaguars showed a lot of fight. They couldn't beat the one-leg man, but they still showed a lot of fight.
They did.
I think they're gonna be here for a while.
They are, because Tennessee's gonna be. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have a backup. Their third string quarterback better than their backup, and their third string might be better than their starter that they gave $100 million to.
Who else in that division? Is the Colts in that division? Or?
Colts and the Texans.
Oh yeah. That's 10 wins right there. I mean, that's at least 5 wins right there for them teams. Titans might get you at home, but yeah, we good.
Yeah. Tennessee and Indianapolis, they're gonna have to get quarterback. So you got about 2 years, 2 year grace period to run the division. So Jacksonville probably gonna go about 11-6 next year. Then after that, probably 12-5, 13-4. I can see that they add one more piece on offense and another piece on defense, like a cornerback on defense, and maybe let's see, they got Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram. That was a good pickup from the Giants.
You
probably need to get you another receiver. Probably get another receiver, and probably something. You already got Travion Walker, I believe, from Georgia as your first pick.
Yeah, Trayvon Walker's the first pick. He was okay this year. I mean, he didn't put up big numbers at Georgia, but he's a specimen. He's a physical specimen, so can't help but get better. He's from Middle Georgia. He's from go ahead, keep going with the show. But he's from Middle Georgia. I can't remember where he's from. I went blank. Super athlete.
I think the better pick for them should have been Aiden Hutchinson. That went to Detroit.
I think when we talk about, I say this a lot, culture fits. I think Aiden wouldn't have. I mean, ball is ball, but they wanted somebody who's gonna fit the Jacksonville culture. I mean, if you go to a Jacksonville Jaguar game, it's borderline HBCU game. It's a lot of colors in the stands. A lot of colors. He from Thomaston. You heard of Thomaston? He from Thomaston. Yeah. That was gonna bother me. Yeah.
All right, let's check the comment right quick and say something on Thomas there. Yeah. So
Stephen Thompson, yeah, that bothered me.
all right, last topic before we get off the air. On Sundays we do a movie rewind, and the movie we're going to discuss this week is Original Kings of Comedy. That came out in 2000, 2001. It involved Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, Cedric Entertainment, and late Bernie Mac. Probably this was directed by Spike Lee, basically a documentary on those gentlemen on the comedy tour with them. From what you saw, which was your favorite comedian on that movie?
I mean, Bernie, man, Bernie a legend. Bernie was the man. You know, Bernie had us crying. But all of them was, I mean, all of them was good. Everybody said, "Oh, DL wasn't the funniest." DL was funny as heck to me, man. DL was killing it. But Bernie was the funny. I mean, the show was great, man. The movie was great. I have a cousin, not Fabian, but he is like that. If Fabian is Marvel, his cousin DC Comics. Smart guy. When the Queens of Comedy came out, he's never watched it. That's how much he loves Kings of Comedy. He don't want to do anything. He's just like, Kings of Comedy. It's nothing else that matches up to it. He's like, I'm not watching anything. No other comedy movie matters, but Kings of Comedy to him. He would not even like the Kevin Hart movies. He don't watch them. Kings of Comedy. That's all he watch. That's all he would ever say exists. But Bernie Mac, man, Steve Harvey as the host, that was excellent, man. That movie had us cracking up in college, man. We were enduring crying watching that. I can't say this what I want to say on the air. I don't want to lose, just for me. I gotta go ahead my beard, but it was funny. It was stupid. I ain't scared of you, motherfucker.
Well, welcome. And then welcome. Anybody see Johnny? We break. Yeah, well, Steve Harvey is the host. That really set the whole movie all right because he didn't need a set. He didn't need a 20-25 minute set. His set was when in between the intermissions with the greatest with our comedians. When Booby with the coat.
Yeah.
I am hoodish.
Yeah. When Bernie Mac said him downstairs. Man, I have never laughed so hard in my life. Who the fuck is him? Him down. I'm gonna get some milk and cookies. No, what's funny though? I ain't even watched the movie to catch up. You told me what the movie was, and I said, "Okay, gotcha." That's how much we watch Kings of Comedy.
Yeah, that's why I went and picked it because I knew we ain't need no time to review it.
No time. No.
Of course, Bernie. The way they cut it, of course, they cut it as Bernie as the closer. But when you look at everything, each comedian's set, to me, Cedric Entertainer's set was tough. His whole set was tough.
Yeah, the whole little he jumping the deuce in the quarter, with a cigarette in his mouth, and he driving it. He pretend like he driving it.
Oh, Cadillac, we got to turn the radio down. That's on time we need to concentrate. Which means we don't concentrate, we drive. We need to roll. We need to ride.
We just drive.
Hey
man, I live in Thomasville. I work in Tallahassee. I just drive. I haven't thought about driving in the last 12 years. My car get me there.
Oh, that's
I'll be asleep.
Oh, like Henry County, I leave it about 6:50 in the morning. It's like clockwork. I just either I was listening to Stephen A.'s book all this past week because I got the audio book. So, the way I learn and retain stuff is easier through audio. And plus, if I start reading the book, I'm gonna get tired of it and forget about it.
Yeah.
So audio book that gave me about an hour. It depends if I on the way home I listen to the first take and this decline. But I've got feeling with that book on 4 days. In 4 days. No, 3 days. Yeah. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it took about 3 days. About a 7.5 hour audio book. If you take out the 30 minutes for the acknowledgments and maybe the 20 minutes from the thank yous at the beginning, you got a 7-hour book. About a 7-hour book, you can good commute. So go ahead and get if you got Audible, your wife got Audible, somebody got some points, you get your free book on now. And I'm gonna talk about that on my school council podcast, which is Council Connection with Fabian Fix, which is also on Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Overcast Podcast, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts for those that wants to watch it. That episode,
plug.
that episode we'll release this week. We took a 2-month hiatus for our break and mental health. So if you want to take a listen to that podcast, we're gonna start going live on StreamYard also once a month. So every
And don't forget to plug on Damien's show.
Oh, I did that at the beginning. That's first.
Okay, I missed it. I think I missed it.
Yeah, chopping it up. Damon around February 21st at 12 p.m. Central Time, which is 1 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Hawaii. No, 8 o'clock Hawaii. Excuse me, 8 o'clock Hawaii.
I think I saw Damon on BMF this weekend too. It's like I saw Damon on BMF this weekend as an extra. I think that was him.
Probably would.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't gotta make much. But such the skit where he was talking about the couple different skits with the Tiger Wood one, the black announcers.
Yeah.
9,
That was stupid.
This 9-foot putt, if it goes in, he'll win. God damn, dog. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, but you know what's funny to me? After the movie, all those guys had shows. They got shows. I mean, you know,
Ernest Owen didn't have a show.
Yeah, he didn't have a show.
Yeah, DL already had a show. You know, they had Steve Harvey show with Sid and Steve on there. Bernie was the only one. A year after that movie came out, he got a show, the Bernie Mac show. I think it went about 5 years. It was
Bernie Mac show was solid. It was solid.
It was okay.
Yeah, I watched it.
I just hate he could. What I was looking for, of course, I know I wouldn't forget it with never. Now, if this was on Showtime or something, we would have got the real Bernie Mac. But I mean, he was on Fox though, so in the end, beyond what you Fox, ABC, CBS, Steve and Central, they was on UPN, which is now CW. That was straight. DL Hughley was on ABC, and Bernie got on Fox. So I mean, the show was solid. Then I think he probably could have got another show if he went to pass. I think they would probably. I would have had him as the probably as the what's that talent show in New York?
Talent show?
They know it's a TV show. Apollo. Apollo. Showtime at Apollo. But Steve Harvey had that gig, so
I just sneak up and watch that on Sunday nights.
Yeah, I was like, man, there's so many folks. Do they just even get on there just to get seen on TV? Then they know they're gonna get booed. Then they know they're gonna. I'm like,
just because you sing in church, they don't boo you. Don't mean they gonna sing it out in the open.
Oh yeah, New York, they're gonna roast you.
They're gonna roast you. They're gonna roast you.
But yeah, Cedric Entertainment's whole set was solid, but the most memorable set, of course, is Bernie Mac. DL Hughley, to me, the first 15, 17 minutes of his set wasn't that funny until he started roasting folks in the audience. The last 5 minutes, that was what made his set. But other than that, it wasn't all that great. The outtakes they had were great, especially when there was a basketball court when Bernie was saying, "Like, give me a show, please." I'll take ABC, CBS, Fox, CWP, and I even take the cooking channel.
And he got a show.
You
ask not. How it go? You receive not because you ask not.
Ask not. Go? You want not because you ask not. Something like that.
Yeah, that one there. That one there.
But yeah, his show was solid. We lost him too soon because I think a day or two later we lost Isaac Hayes right after that. Only reason why I'm in 2008 when he died because I think that's when my youngest child was born right in there. They Bernie died around my youngest when they were born, right around there. And then your mama's birthday is on the 8th, so all that in that same area. I remember it like it was like yesterday. I just hate when Bernie died, like pneumonia. Dang, dog, 50.
Yeah, August 2008.
We have the day.
August 9th.
August 9th. Okay, three days after my youngest was born, and the day after your mama's worst birthday. So yeah, that's why it's easy to remember that right now. So, if we don't have a lot of folks to watch, I was like, say, put your favorite memory on there for Kings of Comedy. So But I think Corey probably still watching. Corey, if you still watching, what's your favorite scene from Kings of Comedy? Oh, you said Bernie Mac. Okay, I see it now. It's a great night reminiscing. Next week, I don't know, we're gonna be on next week because of the championship game. Folks don't want to get on, but I think we'll be on because somebody ain't playing. Nothing good. It's okay.
Who ain't playing next week, Fade?
No. Let's see. The Jaguars ain't playing. The Giants ain't playing. Everybody talk about these Bills. The Bills ain't playing. And we'll talk about the show, what happened on Wednesday. And I picked the Cowboys. I picked them last week too. I don't know what happened.
I want to do Cowboys win. I've never liked the 49ers. I didn't like Joe Montana. I didn't like Steven Young. I didn't like Jerry Rice. I didn't like none of those guys. I like Roger Craig, but I didn't like none of those guys. So
I grew up a 49ers fan. I grew up loving the 49ers because I lived in California. I just loved them. I love the 49ers. And then after that, I don't know. I like football. I just didn't really have a I kind of like the Patriots because they helped me shut my homeboy up when the Patriots won't beat this Rams in that first Super Bowl. For his first Super Bowl win, because he from St. Louis kept talking to John like, man, I hope they win. Then when I started I like Tom Brady until we found out that he loves Trump. And that just,
Hey man, you gotta love somebody, man. Tom, you're not gonna talk ill will about Tom Brady.
He sucked.
Everybody loves somebody.
He sucked this year.
I mean, he 45 with no run game.
And no offensive line. And Mike Evans was dropping touchdowns. They couldn't. If he'd have caught that pass, that touchdown got down by 10, I think they would have had a shot.
I'm gonna say this: put Tom Brady on the Cowboys tonight. Cowboys win.
No,
he better than Dak.
We'll talk about that on Wednesday. I'm gonna upset some folks. That'll be one of my questions. So for my log off the air and turn the computer like that.
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. is better than that.
Nah, I'm gonna have to disagree on that one. Dak missed 5 games, but Dak led the league in interceptions and missed 5 games. So that's I just think he was out of rhythm in the last few weeks. He's just not reading defenses well. That's something he need to work on in the off season. Start reading. But
you might need to get him an audio book.
Be a straight shooter. Man needs motivation.
Something.
But yeah, we want to thank you for listening to our show tonight, watching us on the Facebook and on the YouTube. Don't forget to tell your friends about the YouTube. We get to 1,000 subscribers. We might start making some money. So
I need me a MacBook. Yeah, I need a MacBook.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe at Anatole Cloud Tank. He needs a MacBook. He's gonna start a GoFundMe. He's gonna put it on his Facebook page. We out.